Everyone, we're going to be casting some comp games today. It's beatdown against European Dragoons. This is not the highest division, it is the Division D. But both of these teams haven't lost a single match so far, so it's going to be very interesting to see who wins today. With me here I have...
Indeed. And I will be your dear co-caster of this evening.
Yes, we have Banshee co-casting with me.
And I will make plenty of jokes. Hopefully, if I have the chance.
Well,
no.
dry humor is all that we hear about.
Dry humor. Oh. At least it's not going to be just medium pulse lasers, just like years ago.
Yes, at least it's not just going to be MPLs, but well,
what do you expect from this match?
I expect a lot of small pulses. Straight up like IS small pulse rush. Fire starters, Phoenix Hawks. Maybe on this, like you could see some SRAMs even, because it has those steep canyons and you can just walk up to someone.
Mm-hmm.
Like it is a pretty close ranged map, but it does have some skirmishing opportunities, so maybe even MPLs again. Honestly, I think this could be really diverse. Maybe even like you bring a big ER large mech and a lot of brawl lights. And you just say, yo, you gotta come to us. Otherwise, you're gonna lose trades.
That sounds good.
What do you think?
Who knows? We could find maybe some kind of Zergrash with a lot of SRAMs, full-on Zergrash.
I would love full on
That would be a thing.
rocket launcher javelins.
Oh yeah.
They win my heart if they bring it. 100%.
3 javelins?
3 rocket javelins, yes.
Let's go. 3 rocket javelins flanking maneuver.
No, don't even flank. Just say
Just
hi and shoot legs off.
just
Mid-slight mix anyway.
there. We'd like to talk about your extended car warranty.
Yes.
Actually, it should be mech warranty, not car warranty. We don't have cars there.
Oh, actually we do. Have you seen the River City map? They're tiny compared to mechs.
Are we going to talk about the Lego cars?
The Lego cars, yeah.
Yeah. Let's go. A man has fallen into the river.
It is indeed Lego cars.
Do you know what would surprise me? Even more than the Javelin.
Mm-hmm.
If they bring Jagger Max with the double AC-20s.
Yeah, I think so. That shit actually has a HSL quirk now.
It's no longer a meme.
It's no longer a full-on meme. It's just half meme now.
It's half. It's just half meme. It's ascending. Slowly but surely.
Yes.
Now we just need to wait for the Victor to get a +2 AC-20 quirk.
Yeah. So yeah. We have a 5-minute delay on this, so the stream just went live. So also don't worry if we don't respond.
You know what? I sound really cringe.
No, you're fine.
What would you personally bring in this map if you had the chance?
I probably would rely on full-on Zerg Rush, to be honest. I don't see, like, especially at like a higher level of play, I don't see spots that can't get rushed down. So I don't see the ability to run a longer ranged, like medium or heavy. So I think it's just gonna be fire starters and Phoenix Ox for this one. Maybe like a heavy machine gun blackjack or something. But it's
So
gonna just
small
be
pulse
up
lasers.
there in the brawl. Yeah, and like lots of heavy machine guns because you did the deeps. When are the teams gonna join the lobby?
So javelin with heavy machine guns.
Yeah, javelin with heavy machine guns actually isn't bad. It got rid of fire quicks, you know.
And they have plenty of them.
Yeah, and ammo quicks.
There's even a fleet that can run machine guns.
So it's a 6 heavy machine gun with 20% rate of fire and 100% ammo.
Yeah, that's good.
The other one would be the fire starter H, 6 small pulse, 2 heavy machine guns. Or the locust can also be really strong with machine guns and 50% machine gun rate of fire.
Oh, oh, here we go.
Well, there's one team. They should be team 2, by the way. Okay, so both teams are in the lobby.
Yes.
So we can just start the ready up process. We can actually like look on the map start for a little while. So this is the map strat. I would expect like everything around here is high ground, so I'd expect the brawl to be there. There is a bunch of like super high like sniper ground that you could take there, but I don't know. Those are kind of the options. But then with that super high sniper ground, you take Sigma, but since this is high ground, the enemy team just gets those 2 caps and you kind of lose the game. So the other alternative to so those are not at all playable. The other alternative to this would just be rushing Epsi and taking Theta and just camping here and taking the caps.
They have cap advantage.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
Cap advantage always sounds solid.
Well, the question here is like, do you rely on cap advantage or do you just go for kills and then like well, shooting advantage.
I would choose on what they bring. If it's going to be fast paced and then you don't have time to win by the caps, I would go for the kills. If they are long range traders and they are not going to, zergrash you, I would go for the caps personally, without taking risks.
Okay, so you just take FC Theta.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I'd lean more towards actually going for the kills, because your mechs are fast enough that caps don't really matter, I think. But it is definitely two different ways of playing it. So we
And
have...
don't have a lot of tonnage as well, so X are going to be faster, as you
So
say.
it's beat down with all the like completely organized and synchronized unit tags there. And then European Dragoons, that's 5 different unit tags.
Well, what can I say? Globalization.
And they even have to speak English in their channels.
Team 1 is locked.
Okay, so they're still stacking everything in Alpha Bravo. Honestly, like, for an Alpha, okay, they just didn't care about their spawns. Because that's like the worst spawn to take. Same as Charlie on team... No, actually. They're going FC then, because Charlie is actually the worst one to take. If they full stack Alpha, then they're probably going to Epsilon, doing what you said.
But they're gonna get the capsies. Team 2 is balancing between Bravo Charlie.
Yeah. Okay, they're locked. You can launch. Let's see what they actually are gonna...
Are we going to see a full-on Zergrash, or are we going to witness a slow-paced tactical gameplay? And that is to decide in the next minutes.
So from team 2, because I'm on team 2 side, we have 3 Firestarter A's, 3 Phoenix Hawk 7S. So that's all small pulse.
I feel like it's going to be a Zergrash, but hey, there's Javelins.
Yes, those Firestarters are 8 small pulse. And the Phoenix Hawks are 7 small pulse. It's Javelin 11F. That's the machine gun variant. It's the machine gun Firestarter hero. A Warhammer 9D, what's on that? You mind taking a look?
Let's check.
It's the speed tweak Warhammer, by the way.
The fastball.
Just laser vomit, large pulse and mediums. SRM Griffin. Okay, okay. You guys, you have my full support with that one. And indeed, they're just going to take Epsilon. So Team 2 doing exactly what I wanted to do, and Team 1 doing what you wanted to do.
Two different ideas applied in the same match. Which one will win?
So if Team 2 just completely clustering the side and now pushing it, realizing like, oh, we were expecting to brawl here, but there is just nothing. Now if they can take Theta, they get Sigma for free, and they get the 2 cap. And I think it's just a question of whether Beatdown can get to Theta first, or whether, like,
They're waiting
the
for
Dragoons can
A
take
to
it.
go to Theta and then jump down onto them. Do
I
they
mean, they
want to jump?
have, with the, like, more tradey Warhammer, they can probably outdo it. But the machine guns and the SRMs are definitely, like, they're gonna be better at an, like, straight up outright brawl. So I think, like, the Dragoons have to rely on kiting here. And they're losing on caps. Johnny Black dropping. Completely out of position. Completely out of position. But he might draw them in. And yeah,
Oh,
his
they're
team is
getting
not
perfect.
committing. His team's not committing, and he's gonna die. Straight up. Just gonna die for that. 70%, 64, legs dead. I mean, the
They
Warhammer
wanna
is down as
down.
well, but
There's a lot of machine gun action there.
somehow they recovered from that. Oh no, that's the Phoenix Hawk. 2 Phoenix Hawks down.
Yep, that's Foxfire with the machine guns. That's amazing.
That's a Griffin down as well, though, so the 2 heaviest mechs from each team down. 3rd Phoenix Hawk. They have big legs. It's just javelins against fire starters. What's gonna win?
Which one is more meta? Oh,
So one of the
oh,
javelins is legged. So that's that.
oh, he's
And now it's
down.
a 3v2 with still relatively fresh mechs. Actually, no, Dubious is gonna probably be legged in a second. And the fire starters are.
He's lagged and he's
Are
down.
the fire starters running hot? That's my question. Because they seem to be, they're not firing as often. And
That's a
Paradox
Mars.
drop made it a 1v1. This is full of misplays. Oh yes, the weird physics in this game. Just bouncing off the thing.
That's just
Yeah, I
a
think this is
time
going the
situation.
Dragoon's way, but it was a really close match. Yeah, it's legged.
Mhm.
It is indeed legged in one shot, so there it goes. And they just
Oh,
need to take some cap points. So yeah.
Paradox head. Left leg open. And Space Rat head. Left leg orange.
Yeah, so that one's almost open on the other leg as well. And Paradox. Yeah, same. They both really hurt on them. Like, especially against the machine guns, that means as soon as they get opened, they, like, disintegrate really quickly. Toxic tryhard black.
Saved by you. Now you have a Channel to Grey.
I don't know what color Paradox's mech is. It's just covered in so many bullet marks. So how did the Warhammer die? That's the most interesting part to me. Legs?
Warhammer was.
Yes, everything just died through legs.
eh,
Very nice commitment. There's not a lot of damage onto any CTs. It seems like all of these teams have focus fired really well.
It was close.
The Ember almost cooked himself.
It was pretty close, considering machine guns could have annihilated those
Yeah,
red
and the thing
attacks.
is, like, that's the snowball effect as well. if like the Dragoons had waited like 10 seconds longer to commit to that, or 5 seconds even, it would have they would have lost that. If we go back to the map strat, you had beat down from team 1, take Epsi, and then go to Theta and take it. And then meanwhile the Dragoons like wrapped around this side. And then I'll mark this in orange as the fight as the fight started, Johnny Black dropped down here, and the whole Dragoons team went onto this bridge, and basically we're just watching as half of Beatdown just full on circled and brawled him down, and they barely got like moved in time.
Even if they didn't jump in quickly, they got their backs because they were up there
It
waiting.
was all legs. All legs.
All legs.
But yeah, if they had
And like, whoop.
Oh, and apparently it was an accident to drop down there, which it did seem like he was really out of position.
Oh.
After all, it was a good bait though.
Somehow it worked out.
Well, they could completely surround them afterwards. So they lost a mech for the ability to surround them completely. Right, we're gonna have to switch the map real quick.
And that will be Alpine? Alpine.
Yes.
From a summer day to winter. Yeah. Oh. Do we take a look to Alpine?
So another thing about this match though is that the Dragoons cannot use fire starters or Phoenix Hawks like ever again in this match. And those are pretty strong mechs. So in their light work, it's definitely gonna limit them in the future drops. Meanwhile, like Beatdown only used javelins and one fire starter.
Oh, that's true. They're running out of fire starters now. You can still use Vulcans?
Yeah, Vulcans. I guess javelins. Ubies if it's a like close map. Fleas for sure. Like all of those options are still there, but the fire starter is just the strongest light in the game.
It's a Wolfan on Chop Chat.
It's so much more than Wolfhound with jump jets.
I remember when Wolfan was the Giga Chad light mech.
It has such shitty hitbox.
Just to think that on the right arm you have your right torso. On the
It's
button
literally
shield.
like you can't even hit the arm that well. It's literally if you try to hit the arm, you're gonna hit the torso.
And surprise, surprise, you run XL on the Wolfhounds.
Yes, it's great mech. Alright, let's talk about what we expect on Alpine. Let's switch to the map. Hmm.
Let's clean that. Okay.
So from team one,
Team
do
one.
you think which team do you think is going to be stronger? I mean, you clearly are going to try to like this is going to be team twos, and this is going to be team ones. No questions asked. Who do you think is going to get data first?
Team one can surely drop from above. It has a lot of high ground. And you know what high ground means in all movies and all fictions.
Hmm.
Mm, I mean, Team
I mean,
2
like
can
team two
probably
also
get
has high
data
ground
first.
there. And then team one, you'd kind of like take that, take this, maybe put a mech there. I mean, there's this ridge though. Like, I think team two has better chances at capping theta. But team one has stronger trading positions.
So Team 2 can just speedy down below, cap data and
Team one
hide
has 3 mechs in alpha. What?
alpha. Oh, are they going to go stack on E8? E9? Do you imagine? Some
But why? Like, it doesn't. Like, then they just get outcapped.
some traders there.
Oh, Indigo, yeah. They might, but then you might as well just put them in Bravo. I mean, they're not that far off. It might just be like trying to throw everyone off. After all, whoever takes this hill
Oh,
has
my
like
Team 1 locked
all my
again.
bets on it. Yeah.
I can really see the Team 1 taking advantage of the
Also, I
high
will
ground.
have to put that in. Yes, and so it's on team two to kind of just hold those two caps and play defensively and punish them if they try to get the caps. Like just leg their lights with your larges, I guess. The other thing is that I could maybe see from team one is like a really fast brawl strat. It's possible in this tonnage bracket.
Jenga drop, just like the
Okay.
beef. You go on the hill, you wait them to get a little bit nearby, then boom, you hit yourself out of the hill.
Yeah, the problem with that is that like why would they ever get close to you?
And that's a good point. They have good
They just stay
trading.
away because they have the caps. Like
Like even if you were to drop, as I was thinking about, like even if you were to drop and do a Zergrash from there, like the Jenga drop, you just get annihilated by all the traders, which is not fun. I have been in this situation. It's not fun.
yes. Alright, we can launch it, I think.
Okay, they are both locked.
Yes. Let's see what actually is gonna happen. So I'm gonna be having team one side. Do you wanna go through team two first?
Righty.
I'm just gonna have to wait for everyone to load in.
Oh ho 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 ho! There's big boys.
So, what's on your side?
We have Battle Masters, an Annihilator 1P, Grasshoppers, Blackjack 3, Javelin, and we have 2 Javelins. I want to see what does the Grasshopper have? Or the
So,
Blackjack. What's
on
the
team one
RPC?
side, for beatdown we have 2 ER large stalkers and a laser vomit grasshopper, 4 large lasers, 5 ER mediums. That's definitely not suited for the ranges on this map. And 3 cicadas, all with 3 ER larges, and they are indeed taking that Indigo 8, Indigo 9 side that you thought they would. Which is weird to me because they're not going to take any caps. So they're just playing the ER large game with all their mix.
With the Light Max too. So
And now
the
the light
team
mix are
2.
just running out in the open towards Theta with
What?
ER larges.
Oh. Cheeky cicadas.
I mean, they can probably scare off those javelins. There's nothing javelins can do against them at like 400 meters.
The Grasshopper has 5 large lasers on the team 2. With 1 small laser, I believe, to put the large laser on the top
Yes.
hard point.
So you definitely have trade superiority for team 2. But then you have the light superiority for... Actually, no. Trades should be in Team 1's favor. Because they have the 3 cicadas.
I was not expecting cicadas at all.
Yeah, me neither.
So Team 2 has cap advantage and the javelins are moving in.
Yeah, they don't even... they just need to sit in front of this hill, right where they are right now. And then if they move on to Theta, they can quickly jump there and kill them. If they move around to try to get Kappa, they can quickly jump and kill them. See, right now, they're perfectly in range.
Oh ho ho. That's going to be
Where are
painful.
those why are those javelin those cicadas going there? What is it doing for them? All they're doing is running off somewhere and leaving their assaults completely vulnerable to the javelins. The Dragoons have to realize this at some point. They have to realize that beatdown is just leaving their assaults open, and they have to just capitalize on it by going in with their javelins.
But the cicadas are doing destruction. They're breaking havoc from the small hill.
They're actually getting destroyed themselves. Or
A
so.
noble sacrifice. Last game was won with a sacrifice, and it wasn't intentional. Oh, pain sucker.
So yes, that first cicada is already one touch. The stalkers really hurt.
Pain
Both
sucker
of
is
the
almost
lights are
leg.
just going. It doesn't matter if he's almost they're in range of the grasshopper now. Even if he gets legged, but he's still gonna delete the grasshopper, and they're close to the other assaults. They simply have to get there now.
Why did the grasshopper drop down?
It tried to cap Theta.
The grasshopper itself?
So one of the stalkers cored. Yes, the grasshopper was on Theta.
But there was a cicada as well.
This match is pretty much over. I mean, the javelin does go down on Theta, but there's still even that one javelin can 1v2 those cicadas on a cap.
Goes brrr. Oh, we have Paradox moving in. changing
Yeah, they're
position.
just moving up and wrapping up the kills in the match. Let's watch this strike. Can it kill the one cicada? No, it can't because it dies beforehand. Ooh, Mango Bar eating that airstrike. Absolutely getting demolished.
Oh, the cicada is the red
Stalker's
city.
one shot now as well. The other Stalker's fresh. So there goes this one Stalker. Cicada will die there. No, it's just like up to Dubious to jump onto the Stalker.
And
There's
he
nothing
is.
they can do. He is fresh enough to survive it easily.
He's hugging his back.
Oh, they get the Battle Master down as well.
And
And
the
there it is.
song explodes. The last match was close. This was not so close.
Yeah, this is just again the thing is, if we go to the maps, you had Team 2 take up exactly like these trading positions, you know? Like that, maybe. Take up trading positions in the back there. Meanwhile, Team 1 taking up this hill and moving their cicadas all the way here at first. And then pushing with large cicadas all through the open onto that hill. And it cost them like almost an entire cicada just to do that. And the other thing is that with large light mechs, you're not gonna ever win a cap fight or like a light fight on a cap, which immediately means you cannot contest caps anymore. And at that point, you need to put pressure on them, and you just need to win your trades. But you can't rotate away like that and take your like skirmish angle because you're gonna leave your assaults open to those machine guns.
I don't understand why the cicada went from the front instead of getting an easy back ride and go to death at this point.
Yeah, they shouldn't have taken that much damage super early on. That kind of is what lost them the match, I think. Because as soon as you lose the cicadas, you lose all your map control and you lose all your cap control.
Not that it was much already with the javelins having a heavy machine guns and being so close.
Yes, we're gonna have a site swap and then we're gonna play the same map again. Luckily for them, they're not gonna be able to use cicadas again. But we have already seen 2 stalkers. And considering that the stalkers are a really strong like a really, really strong mech in this tournament, the Dragoons pulling a win against 2 stalkers is pretty huge.
Yup.
Because they
That's
still have
strong
all
at
3
foot.
stalkers left. So let's see what they do from Team 1. I expect the exact same thing, except like taking Team 1 trading positions and then taking FC Theta. Except they might not have Theta at the start, so they might have to like actually do a light fight. I think Team 1 is definitely the harder side to play in this. Not by a lot, but it is harder.
And what lags do we expect now? There still is one javelin because it was 2 javelins.
I'd say we'll see 1 flea. We'll see the other 2 annihilators, 1 battle master. That would be my guess.
I wonder if we are going to witness a Jenner.
It's not terrible, but it wouldn't be like within the first 5 picks, I'd say.
That makes sense. Was
Let me quickly update
changed?
the Jenner got changed a little bit, but not too much. Alright, just waiting on the teams to lock.
In one locks.
These teams are readying up pretty quickly. I actually really like that.
Okay, they are ready to go. They really want to fight. There's some Viking spirit in between the teams. They really want to fight each other.
Well, they replaced 1 and 2 in their division. I'm gonna go through Team 1 again.
I'm going to go to Team 2.
You can spawn at Team 2, I think. So... Oh, what do we have on Team 2 there?
Oh, wow. That's a lot of dragons and passivis. Champions and dragons. It's all champions and
Look at the
dragons.
builds.
The champion? Oh, it's all Zergrash. Cause it's a Zergrash. It's a Giga Zergrash. We have a Nuak 20, 6 medium pulse laser champion. 6 medium laser actually, not medium pulse. Well, then the dragon is 2 SRM4s, 3 snub nose PPCs.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's the same.
On the Dragoon side, we have just ER large stalkers, 3 of them, ER large blackjack, and an ER large cicada with a flea for caps. So it's just a question of why would you go for the cap? You're trying to just brawl. It's going to be a kill strat. Why go for the cap? Don't take that time. Don't go out in the open.
Going to make them exposed.
And they're scouted. They're 100% scouted. That flea has definitely seen them. They'll go the first ER larges. So they're just running up across the open ground, getting shot at by stalkers. And if I had to take a guess, it's not gonna work out.
Team 1 is taking their distance.
Yes, they're just walking back, shooting with their ER larges. Exactly what they should be doing.
So we have the light mechs on top of the mountain with their high ground. And so those the blackjack. The blackjack is going to be a pain in this high
And now
ground.
they're up to a hill to which they could have gotten without taking any damage, and they've lost about 7% of each mech. And now they're getting stuck. They don't even see it. Luckily, it was an airstrike. But yeah, they're just giving Dragoons, they cap Theta, full cap it. So they're just giving the Dragoons time to rotate away. And my question would be why? The point is they're playing a full-on brawl deck, which relies a lot on speed and just surprising them. If you give them the time on a long-range map to just rotate away. See, the first dragon is already down to 69%. Nice.
69 is nice. They are getting
The other
fanged by
ones, yeah, 75, 72. It's really not looking well. Everyone else, everyone on the enemy team is at pretty much 100%, except for the blackjack, who has been shot at, actually. They are now gonna get Johnny. They're probably gonna get him because it's 6 mechs, like 300 meters away. But then, like, look at it. Then it's again at 500 meters to the next stalker. So Dragoons are playing this perfectly, where they spread out, and even if one of them gets rushed down, they'll still like have to cover more ground. It's the first dragon down. There goes the stalker.
The second one is soon. Okay, it's dead already.
The cry of death.
He's going to get the dragon, and that's it.
They might get the third stalker, but they'll just lose to the 3 lights at this point. They're gonna get outcapped by the flea alone.
And the blackjack is also shooting them without any problems.
Oh yeah, they're not even gonna get the stalker. He's turning around. Yes, you act 20 onto a flea. And that's it. I don't even know what much to say. It's
There was no surprise effect.
a full throw with a brawl strat. Yeah, stalkers farming, the blackjack farming. First dragon to go down, 29 damage. Second dragon, 170. Actually not like super low. I would have expected one of them to get 0 bombed, but well. If you go into the map stat, here's what I think here's what they did. They moved to Kappa, then went all the way across this ridge, went here, went back here, came all the way around here, and killed the first stalker. What they should have done in pink is that. That way they would have spared this entire like way and not lost any armor, because pushing up here is completely exposed.
You got spotted so early.
Yeah,
For
they
them
got
to
spotted there.
spotted
They could have
already.
basically the other thing is they got spotted on Kappa here. If they had just walked straight over Theta, well, the flea might have spotted them, but they could have maybe ganked the flea on Theta, would have been possible, or the flea would have just taken Kappa maybe, and they would have maybe like gotten spotted here, which is from the stalkers 1,200 instead of 2,200. It gives them a lot less time to rotate away and like farm you. The next map's gonna be Bog. And honestly, I'm just curious what's gonna be played there.
It was really bad to get spotted so early on. It
Yeah,
gives the
not
stalkers
that
so much
threw away
time.
the match. Literally threw the match right there. Like, anything after that didn't really matter.
The stalkers were really chilling. They just hit the reverse and, you know,
Yeah.
shoot whatever they see.
So what do you think we'll see on this map?
BTDN.
Bugs.
Bogs. We're going to see a lot of bogs and bongs.
So, well, Kappa is going to be for Team 2. And I guess Epsi is going to be for Team 1 most of the time. And Theta you'll fight for again.
I'm not sure if there is going to be any long-range fire, or is it
Well,
going to
you
be a
can put
skirmish?
long-range mechs there, even there if they have jump jets, there if they have jump jets, there theoretically, put one there, from both sides actually. You can take long-range mechs on this. But I wouldn't just take long-range mechs. I think putting some mid-range around the center to trade is also really strong.
I will do
Especially
trade
because like from
generators.
these ramps, you can actually look down onto Theta and deny the cap. So it's really strong.
Let's see the team placements. Okay, Mr. Space Rat has locked the team, so team 1 is locked. And we see the team 1 stacked in Alpha Charlie, team 2 Alpha Bravo. And it does really make a difference, I believe, in team 1? Or does it? Bravo Charlie?
Yeah, it's definitely like going Theta side. Like going Theta side in the middle. And nothing, they're definitely not putting anything onto this, like, to this hill here. Because that, to get up there, you'd have to go around here. And you'd definitely put someone in Bravo.
I was expecting some kind of light mech to spawn in B and try to get Epsilon. So they're going Theta.
Probably like full on light Theta, and then afterwards you can still take Epsi. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like they'll quickly get it, and it's not like it's something you have to get super early on.
Is team 2 going to split instead?
They might. They might not. I'm not sure.
They might split. Or they might just put some mechs to get Kappa early on and then join them in Theta.
Yeah, that would make sense. Or take mechs into Bravo to get up to the trading hill.
And then have superiority on Theta.
Okay, so someone just joined with 100 tons. It's... So I'm expecting to see a 100-ton mech. You're allowed to annihilate it.
Annihilator 1V.
Gauss PPC Marauder 2.
I would like to see a Marauder. I really would like to see a Marauder. Actually, I would love to see a Marauder. No?
Yeah.
Locked. Okay, they are both locked.
What's up?
It's probably going to be an Annihilator.
Yeah. It could be a Fafnir, though.
A Fafnir? Lurma Fafnir?
Oh, we're doing Fafnirs. Alright, I'm on team 1. I'm gonna go through them. So we have Annihilator. So that's 1A. They have AC-10s and Light Peeps. You have a Warhammer Black Widow with UX, and then Jumpy Medium Pulse Crabs.
Annihilators. 3 Annihilators.
3
Oh
Annies, 3
boy.
Vulcans. These decks are super similar. So the Crabs have more armor than the Vulcans and probably a little more firepower. The Vulcans are more agile. And the Annies are actually
Yeah, Annies are all Dakar.
5 LB10, UAC 10, UAC 5, and AC2 UAC 5 Rotary 5?
Yeah, it's all weird Dakar. They are all different. Like one is
One of them's a
Bluestone
Brawl
Dakar.
Annie.
Center must
They're
be
not taking
Dakar.
Theta with the Vulcans, so they're gonna lose it. And there's no way they'll get it back. Or not, it's definitely not gonna be easy against the Crabs. I
Can I
think
make a
Vulcan
question?
against Crab is actually a fair matchup, and these Annihilators might just beat out 2 Annies and a Black Widow.
You know what? I'm going to send that down, that AC2 in the WAC 5s and the rotary AC 5s. I'm going to send that down. If we are going to have an interview, I'm going to ask.
I'm definitely curious about what they thought about, like, with camping on the Brawl strat.
Also that, yeah.
So we have the first engagement. All the crabs are just stuck on that corner. And actually they didn't take FC, so the caps are in Beatdown's favor. And the Annies are just walking into the other Annies now.
But the Vulcans are going around.
But the LB10 Annie's not getting any shots.
Center Mass is getting so focused. Oh my gosh.
Yes, they're just deleting the 3 Annies with better focus fire.
They're already halved.
And the Vulcans are off in Zimbabwe and can't help them. And now the crabs go in. Poor timing on, like, all 3 Vulcans going to cap. Very, very poor timing on that.
I ask myself why all 3 Vulcans took up and not just one.
At this point, with all 3 Annies down, the Vulcans need to disengage and just try to go for caps. But they can't, because they simply don't have the time.
Mango is stuck.
And all the crabs are still alive and fresh. They can literally just sit 1 mech on each, or 2 mechs on each cap. They'll win.
I did not see the match going that fast. I did not expect it. Expected something more slow and then a super fast rush in the end. But I did not expect it to be
That goes.
like that.
It wasn't even that much of like a tactical misplay, or like partly it's out aimed and out focus fired. But the main thing is that they simply had their lights off at Epsilon when the fight happened. And it's not something that you like can do at all. It's like when you go cap, you need to be aware that you have mechs out of the fight. And the other thing is, as soon as Dragoons see that cap flashing and going off faster than just 1 mech, they know, oh, there's like 2 mechs there, at least. Let's go push.
They lost the Anis so early.
You can't, if you already seen them and you're already like kind of expecting a fight with them, you can't send half your team off to cap something. You make yourself so vulnerable.
For example, Center Mass got so much focus fire by everyone, it got halved in really a matter of seconds.
Johnny Black, like 700 damage, the other Annihilator 550.
Oh boy. Are we going to see 1000 damage tonight? Or this morning, depending on the time zones?
Only if we see Learn Fafnir.
Only if we see
So
it.
yeah, if we look at the maps, basically what happened is we had Team 2 sitting their Annihilators on this spot, Team 1 having the crabs here, and the Annihilators coming in there. And then the Vulcans circle around here, went to grab Epsi, all 3 of them, and exactly in that time, well, the Dragoons probably just saw the cap flashing and went, oh, there's 2 mechs at least off in Zimbabwe capping. Let's go push. And they just deleted the 3 Annihilators, and at that point the game was over. So it's less of like, oh, we brought the wrong team, like the wrong mech, so we did the wrong strat. It's just, you cannot afford to send mechs off capping when the fight is like about to happen. The maximum you can do is 1 mech, and then it needs to be aware that it might have to come back like any second.
Well, welcome back.
So there's no more Annies for either team. There's I think no more stalkers for either team. I think although Beatdown might still have one stalker, fire starters are still available for Beatdown. I think we might see maulers. That would be great. Show me the maulers. Play maulers. Thank you.
I remember one of my first assaults when I was playing this game was the Mauler. And guess what I had on it? You must remember it. Double heavy gauss.
Oh, double heavy gasp.
Ah, that time that I one-shotted you into training rooms and you were in the blood asp. That was so random.
Great times, great.
Great
Nowadays,
times.
I just play like UX 5, AC5 Mauler.
Do they have whack hit or something?
Yeah, no, that one doesn't
No?
really have anything. It has ballistic range, I think. But the AC5s and UX5s like got buffed recently, and even before that, it was already really strong because you can just like click onto a flea and it opens up a leg.
Point and click shooter games.
And with like basically 25 pinpoint every time someone exposes, it can still somewhat trade and has really good DPS.
I need to make something out of the AC5s and whack 5s now. I mean, I'm going to play the Black Widow a lot more now. That's for sure.
Yes. 4 AC5, 1 light peep. I'm surprised they took UX and not that build. It would have probably done a lot better.
What
Maybe
surprised
even 4 AC5, 2 light peeps.
mm,
But that's
yeah.
really low on ammo.
But even 6 AC5s, I mean, it's low ammo, and that's alright. But you have 3 annihilators and you focus fire, that would have been 30 pinpoint.
Well, the AC5 Annie has ammo. If you take 6 AC5 Mauler now, that thing has no ammo.
Are we going to see a 6 AC5 Mauler? Oh my
No,
god.
honestly, 3 AC5 2 UX5 is simply better. In every regard.
Oh,
It loses out on a tiny bit of pinpoint, but therefore it gets the double tap, which adds extra damage, extra burst. And then
32 kph Maulers.
49.
No, I want to take the smallest engine, because I want to have the big Daka.
Probably can't because you are running out of slots and you can't fit the things.
Hmm. Is this a challenge? Oh, damn. We did not see an archer yet.
I hope we won't see one either.
I remember it was like, oh my gosh, it has open doors, damage reduction, OP,
Oh,
must be
actually, like, missile doors don't have a delay on them anymore. So they're kind of strong right now.
wow.
But the mechs that have them aren't that strong.
Hmm. Intaro?
Oh yeah, Kintaro also has an SRM6 heat skill limit.
Damn. Team 1 has locked.
Alright. So I expect this time we'll probably see around the same thing.
But without the knife.
Maybe Dragoons realize that Team 2 is really good for trading though, and they'll set up on this platform. But other than that, if they both decide to, like, I can also see both teams going mid-range ball again. Let's see what they do.
It was weird for me to see 3 different Annies with 3 different loadouts, all 3 trying to do different things.
But standing in the exact same spot.
Exactly. So you saw the brawler that was standing in the duck range, then the longer duck range that was standing in the brawler range.
The 5LB10 Annie standing behind the Daka Annie.
Ow.
Welcome to lower divisions.
I mean, it's not like the 5LB10 mech is bad. It's actually really powerful, especially when it was used on mining. No, wait. In the basement on HPG. The basement on
Yeah,
HPG.
old
You put
HPG
the thing.
basement. Yes.
Ah, oh my god.
Alrighty. Let's get this done.
I wonder if the annihilator that I made a long time ago for Solaris would be any fun now. Do you remember it?
Let's take a quick look how the other matches are standing. So for the POG versus 5JDX, we have it's 1-1 with 5JDX trying to get a cap win on the third drop. And for
We have longer range from Team 2. We have a Grasshopper with large lasers. We have Vulcans and another Grasshopper. And a Marauder for L. With, oh my god! It's a double ear PPC, double Gauss Marauder. We actually get to see it. Ghost, we actually get to see the Marauders.
and LFOG is winning their match against, I don't know who it was. So yeah, dual Marauder Owls, dual Grasshoppers, and dual Vulcans. That's cool. And Victor 9A1. What's
Please
on
tell me
them?
they're Giga Chad Victors. Please tell me they're Giga Chad
Heavy
Victors.
Goss.
Heavy Gauss.
Heavy Goss. Heavy Goss. Heavy Goss.
Oh,
Oh,
Giga
please tell
Chad.
me. No, it's not a Heavy Goss Firestarter.
No?
It's
Oh,
AC20 Snubnose PPC Warhammer, AC20 Snubnose PPC Marauder.
wait.
They're going for the Giga Clap on Epsi. Literally just sitting there.
Oh,
But
it's not
who's
well
gonna
done.
come to them?
They are, don't see Team 1 going to rush Team 2 at all because those two Marauders out there with double gas, double ear PPCs, man.
Yeah, but then the other thing is like they're just sitting next to Epsi and now they're getting outcapped. What are they gonna do?
I don't see anything
Well,
possible.
this is gonna be the important part of the match. The other team is just gonna set up trading positions, so
Thing is,
well, I guess the Vulcans might like rotate there and to take a scout and just get insta-clapped and then they win on caps, but it's the only thing I can see happen.
they're hiding. They don't want to get scouted. That's what they are doing. Mind can play. That's psychological warfare. Unless the first starter dies.
Like, this is a skirmish strategy where you can just hide and wait for them to come to you. But in Conquest, you need to have the cap advantage to be able to hide and wait. At this, like, right now, they're losing every single second. They're losing the match more and more.
The first starter
And their
is
first starter's already hurt.
right torso completely
Oh!
bad. Yeah, it got shot so badly.
Did it get bonked by the Gauss Peep?
I think it was a gas peep because look, all the armor is white inside that torso.
Yeah, it can't be yellow, otherwise it would be a really good burn.
And if
Like
they
how
have
they're just standing in a line and like, in case something comes around this corner, it's literally just gonna get shot by one Victor, and the rest of the Victors are just gonna shoot each other in the back.
with heavy Gauss.
This is how to hold a corner, guys. Perfect. So what you should be doing is stand them like right next to each other instead of behind each other. That way, if something comes around the corner, you just have 6 heavy Gausses popping right into it.
You know, kind of a diagonal line. I will do a
Exactly.
diagonally
Like
like
the
that.
Warhammer right now can't do anything in case something comes around unless it pushes around the Marauder. And if I were to peek this with like an Annihilator, I'd go exactly here, shoot the Marauder, go back. And just keep 1v1ing that.
The Marauder is also right-sided, so if the Warhammer, pushes up, it's going to get bonked from the Marauder. Which actually, if they bonked so hard the fire starter, I don't see the Marauder surviving so long. I see it losing the right torso very fast.
Yeah. Actually, like, well, the Vulcans aren't gonna make the mistake of running to Apsi. They know they haven't seen anything anywhere else in the map, so they have to know that like something fishy is going on Apsi. And it's like really obviously a trap. So why would they ever run into it? They have 2 cap. There's no point for them to do anything. And every little bit that beatdown like clings on to waiting and getting that gank is gonna lose them the match more and more.
Team 2 only
Because
has
like
to wait.
at the start of the match when you realized, oh, they have a 2 cap, we can't just hide here. You could have just pushed them and gotten the caps afterwards, and now you actually need caps. Like it's at 300, 5 minutes are over. It's like if you don't get caps quickly, this might actually just be a cap win.
You see, because caps are the way.
This is the way.
This is the way. You need to play the objective.
So I'll just sit right here and spectate victors.
Mm. So you would like to
This
watch
is literally the only relevant part of the map right now. It's what beatdown made the only relevant part of the map. The only relevant question is, do they move out of here and try to actually fight? Or does someone run into them? That's the only 2 things that can happen that will change this match from just being a cap win. So can just sit here and watch this. Thanks for making my casting job really easy.
Yeah.
I mean, you're throwing away your match, but thanks for making my job easy.
And you gave all the time to the traders to take their spot. Just chilling. Now the traders are just eating popcorns and waiting.
Yeah, exactly. They just like announce at almost 400 caps. It's looking really, really bad.
And the first starter can't even do anything because it's bright
It's
red.
1 fire starter against 2 Vulcans. From the start, it couldn't do anything.
I mean, not even scouting.
You don't need scouting with this strategy. You should have just moved up.
Well,
Like, literally, you could have sat right here, you know? And suddenly you can, like, go down to Theta. Shoot into the, like that.
from below.
Actually, literally, just move your victors to Theta.
That's
What are
what
they
we
gonna do
tried.
about it? You suddenly have Theta, like, you put 2 victors here, and the rest of your bigs just move them to Theta. What are they gonna do about it? They can't take Theta back because they'll just lose their light there, and they can't take Epsi because there's 2 heavy Gauss mechs sitting here. And suddenly you don't have to like sit all in this corner and lose the match because suddenly you have the caps. But I guess this is what they're doing.
It's not even too hard for 6 heavy Gausses to take out a Vulcan.
It's one shot. One shot through the CT, even with just 2 heavy Gauss mechs.
And that's 6 heavy Gausses. Do they even know where the enemy mechs are? That's what I was wondering about the Firestarter not being able to do anything. Do they even know where they should rush, if they need to rush? Or are they
That's
just
the heat quick
camping?
DLH. Let's admire some paint jobs. That's beautiful. Don't like the green though, but that is respectable.
Oh,
Try hit
this
black.
movement. They're pushing in. They are pushing in.
Oh, something's happening. It's
Yeah,
500 caps. They've already lost, unless they take like a 3 cap now. But something's happening, yay. Like, I
they're
want to
actually
be enthusiastic and I want to root for them, but this match is so over. And they should have done this like 5 minutes ago.
the Firestarter could easily
Minimum.
run to Theta now. It's just running away. Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm not a good night pilot, but in this moment I will just go straight for Theta. You have the heavy mechs running into death. Get the cap.
We've already lost on cap. There's no way you get a cap win on this. You need to kill.
Can you slow it down though? To have more time to kill. Because it's going so fast.
So one of the Marauders is run down. This is interesting. Is Isaiah gonna hit his heavy Gauss and Pain Sucker? Even just one hit might yes, delete this Vulcan.
And Delito?
Why is the fire starting not shooting? There it goes. That's the Vulcan losing its leg. They still have full cap on Kappa though. They need to take that. Did you not know the Marauder was there? What happened? This is so over. See, this match was just like a relationship, you know? They waited too long to make their move and now it was instantly over.
I see that you're doing some real life comparisons.
No, I'm just giving advice. Although you probably shouldn't take life advice from me.
Oh,
So
don't do
that's a
like that.
clean 5-0. Clean 5-0 from the Dragoons. Again, the long range mechs farming. Meanwhile, the Victor's doing no damage because heavy Gauss at 700 meters doesn't do damage.
That was the last match. Was it?
Yes. So let's
Ah,
ask them for interviews.
oh my, oh my. We're going to get some choice information.
Oh yes, I forgot to switch to colors. Professional caster here.
Professional because
Give it just a bit and it never ever happened. Alright.
We can say that we have seen a lot of stuff today.
Lots of strats that I wouldn't have expected, to be honest.
You've seen from cicadas to victors.
So we're just waiting for them to join the interview.
I honestly don't remember the names. I was always bad with names.
It's Beatdown and
Dragoons.
the European Dragoons.
That was war.
Space Rats for the Dragoons.
Wow.
Howdy, fellas.
Hey Dubs.
Howdy.
How are you?
Pretty good. Saw a few interesting strats.
Yeah, what, tonight in our match?
Yes. It's
Okay.
the only match I watched. Waiting for someone from Beatdown to come here as well. What was the thought process on Hellbore when Johnny dropped? Like, what were you guys thinking? Because it clearly wasn't intentional.
Hellbore, we had a very basic plan, which was to push into them as quickly as possible. We thought, well, the tonnage is fairly light on Hellbore, and we think it's going to be a brawl. There's a lot of verticality on it, but we couldn't see a way to make it work properly. It's so difficult to plan for that map. It's new to us, I think a lot of other teams as well. So we thought, okay, let's just go for our basics, something that we're decent at. We'll just we'll go brawly mechs and we'll push into them. So we pushed. We aimed to just go straight into them, not bother with capping at all. We saw they took the first cap. I can't remember which one it was, Kilo maybe. And then we were hanging around Theta because we thought they might push onto Theta, and that's where we could drop in on them. And that's the way it worked out. And then from there on, it was about taking the heaviest mechs out first.
Yeah.
I think they had a Warhammer which we targeted first.
Hmm.
And then it all got hectic. I kind of lost track of what was happening after that.
Did you guys notice and realize that one of your Phoenix Hawks just dropped like down completely out of position?
He did, yeah, we did notice. He called it. He said, "Oh shit, I've just dropped down."
We sure noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like from my point of view, you guys like waited a bit even after he dropped. So was there some sort of confusion, or were you just like, let's first let them run in and then get their backs?
It was a bit of both. It was, I think, probably more confusion at that point. We had a vague plan of dropping in on them, but it didn't go exactly according to plan.
But it worked out.
Yeah. What
So
was the?
can I just say, I thought BTDN were ringers in Div D, but yeah, y'all are playing like a Div A team, man. Like it's like all the snipers and shitters, like JGX, EMP, basically what those units have turned the game into, right? So, no offense, it's just it is what it is. It's Snipe Warrior Online now, right?
I wouldn't say that's
Well,
debate
No.
level, to be honest.
You were our biggest challenge in this division. We were expecting, I think, to be in Div C, but
sure,
it
sure.
happened as it is. So I
Equal,
think you
yeah,
played
we
very
were
well.
equal standing before our matches
Mhm.
now, and to y'all 5-0 us. I mean, just looking at the numbers before here, these week 5 matches, we were both in a different class. You know what I mean? Not to toot our own horn, I'm just saying if you look at the numbers at Div D, it was us or you, right?
Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah, we looked at your points and thought, wow, these guys are playing really well. This is going to be difficult.
Yeah, yeah, and then these matches. I mean, granted, we had that 2 week break, which that, and we haven't had any scrimmages for like 2.5 weeks. So we
Actually,
we
we've been
were, we
we've
were
been
unprepared for sure.
we've been having the same problems. We're the Eurozone team, and we've had one scrim this entire season. It's been pretty rough because most of the teams are North American.
Yeah, mad respect to you guys though. I was sure sweating bullets playing against you guys because I mean, just looking at the stats and everything before, you were definitely the team to beat. You know, hands down.
Thank you. We appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
We think you guys played well.
Yeah, yeah. I was saying that before the match too. So not just that.
Especially the first drop, that was really, really hard. Gave us a really hard time there. Great job.
Yeah. I have a question for Beatdown about Alpine. What was the plan taking like ER large cicadas instead of like fighting lights?
That Snipe Warrior online thing I was just talking about, the whole surround them and you know surround with snipers and shitters thing.
Hmm.
But they had really good positioning, so it was difficult to do that. And we had a very poor perimeter and interlocking fields of fire, which was my fault, in the call. So
And I'm also curious about why you guys took caps on with your brawl strat on the second Alpine drop. It gave like the Dragoons a lot of time to prepare for you actually coming in. And I
it wasn't like that from our perspective. It was, we turned that shit blue pretty quick. So we didn't really even hit the brakes and caps.
yes, but even just the way you take going to the caps is time lost. Like,
Yeah, the route, right? But it was just sitting there. Why not?
That gave out the position as well, and you got spotted by the enemies, so they had all the time to actually position themselves in order to receive your push.
Sure, but I mean, BTDN sucks at sniping. I'll say it. We need to get
Yeah.
better at sniping, and so we play to our strengths and according to the kill outcomes. I mean, when we brought snipers, it was 2 and 6. When we brought dragons, it was 2 and 6. So
so yeah, Banshee, is there anything you wanted to ask?
If there is actually something that I would like to ask was when there were those 3 annihilators, what was the mindset about um, all 3 annihilators having different build or having the AC2 on the mixed DACA build annihilator, and why going for the heal while the
the
lights were
second,
being
the
played?
second question, I'm not going to answer. The first one, why annihilators at all? Is that what your first question is?
What was the mindset behind the annihilators and the different builds that you bring with them while playing in the same?
That wasn't planned. That was a lack of planning, is what that was. That was a lack of preparedness on BTDN's part, to be 100% honest.
So it just happened that different people had different build, and there
Oh
was
yeah,
no
we
time.
had people. Yes, we had people actually leave and build shit on the spot that they haven't run in months, shit like that, to
Okay, that
try
makes
to have some synergy, and it still wasn't very synergistic, as you saw and commented on. And your third question?
My
Thank
other question was about the Vulcans. Was it planned to move all the Vulcans to the cap, or was it a missed call out?
That was a bad call on my part, and our team captain actually called an audible and said, "Hey, other Vulcans, don't do that," and they continued to do that. So Locust actually, props to Locust for calling. He actually called, "Hey, I've got the cap. You other two Vulcans, go back and support the Annihilators." In so many words, it was misinterpretations. We were just rife with a lack of preparedness, really. Just overall, I blame the fact that we had 2.5 weeks since our last scrimmage. We all took a break week 4. Everyone needed one. Everyone has stuff going on in their personal lives and things, and just a lack of preparation and practicing. We kind of slacked off. Bottom line.
Yeah. But even with like not being prepared, those matches weren't like full on stomps, especially with the first one was really, really close. So I would say you
Yeah, I
guys
agree.
did really well.
Yeah, the one match y'all didn't snipe on, right? Back to the Snipe Warrior Online thing. Looks like Antimatter would like to join in and say something as well. I don't know if he's allowed. And Nightwing's here too. If you have any questions
We
for him.
have 2 or 3 more minutes, I think.
He's Nightwing here is one of our newest up and coming drop callers, and Antimatter, of course, needs no introduction. He used to go by the name Annihilator Matt back, when we were trying to do a competitive thing at HHOD, and Antimatter's
Man, don't refer to me like that. Oh,
founder and
I'm the animator.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah,
that wanted him in an Annihilator because it used to be his name.
so well played everyone, I think, and congrats to the Dragoons for winning this.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And
Respect.
so
07. Mm-hmm.
Thank you,
Cheaters.
Peter.
Sure.
Good games.
Yeah.
I'll call the
It
stream
was
here.
really a pleasure.
Good night,
And
everyone.
thank you, casters, as well. Ghost and Vloop.
Yeah.
Vloop.
Volpe.
Yeah, thanks for streaming and shoutcasting.
Yeah,
No worries.
Ghost Volpe, thank you very much. We'd be happy to have you shoutcast another one.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Yep.
Good night.
It was really fun.
Night.
Thanks for staying up so late.